Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we currently have some potential issues on the horizon, and those issues are, of course, the Huron destroyers, and they are kinda angry, honestly. Their crisis of spirit would be harbingers of galactic doom, backed by unknowable powers. Okay, well that's fine. We are, of course, at war with them, as is the entirety of the rest of the galaxy. I do think that we will get them under control. Now, this over here is still solidly under control, so that's great. We're very happy about that. Now, this industrial world does require an additional industrial district, and we'll go ahead and get that queued. This tech world here requires housing, and we'll put in a city district. That'll be fine. Everything else appears to be just fine here. And we are going to continue to reinforce our second fleet at this time. There we go. They're mostly just chilling over here, protecting this border. These guys over here, we're waiting on the Titan to come in. So that'll happen in a moment. Well, I say a moment. The Titan is not the speediest boy right now. But the jump drive will be recharged in 5 days. So that is completely fine. Now the Titan is a much speedier boy. Fantastic. We're on normal speed, we're going to bump that up to fast, and we're going to start thinking about attacking these guys over here quite soon. So we're going to bring on in these ships, and that's coming in fairly slowly, but that's fine.
Construction complete.
So we're going to get ready to head on out as soon as the Titan joins in here. We're also going to reinforce this fleet. There we go. And we're going to make our way up over here, once the Titan joins. Still merging? Now we're merged. Okay, fantastic. So these guys, they're going to make their way down over to here.
Initiating tactical retreat.
Where? Where is this? In terminal egress? This is allegedly in terminal egress. Are they attacking through the L gate? No, they're not. Okay. Not entirely sure what's going on here. Why we're evading. The 27th Stellar Rectress, huh? They may have gone through the L gate and we just never saw it. But that's, I guess, okay. And we're going to take care of the 48th Stellar Rectrix. Star system destroyed. The entire Tonafir system has been destroyed. A massive starship belonging to the Huron destroyers took up position above the primary star and somehow triggered what can be only described as a supernova, which utterly devastated the rest of the system. The star then collapsed into a black hole. Only the Huron starship, which they apparently refer to as a Star Eater, survived the cataclysm. Evidently, the Huron destroyers now possess both the technology and the means to destroy entire star systems. This does change everything. So that is the HDS Gnaw over here. Kaboom. Well, okay then. So that's the thing. And that means that the Gnaw is only 40k in strength. That's good to know. We'll keep that in mind. We should definitely... Building a better tomorrow. This is not relevant, in all honesty. It's fine. We're going to head on up over here, and we're going to fight these guys.
Battle is joined.
We're going to have no problem taking them out. Absolutely none. They're already gone. We're going to grab this starbase up here. And we have scored our first victory against them. Fantastic. So that is now back under the correct control. And I think we're going to make our way up over this way.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
We just finished mega engineering. This will allow us to start building juggernauts. We're going to hold off on that for right now because we're going to go for alloy megaforges instead. We need to full-on transition into a military economy. There is no doubt about this. And that is something that we shall commence on immediately. This Forge World requires a job. That, of course, means an industrial district to make us additional alloys. That's fine. Okay, so we see that there's these guys here. We should be fully capable of taking this station. Absolutely. In fact, we should one-shot this station with our Titan. Except that the Titan is a little bit behind our Federation fleet. But the Federation fleet will deal with this in no time at all. We lost an envoy, no problem there. Those picket ships doing work. Fantastic. Okay. So, what is their capital at this point? They were down to just a single star system over here. This is their capital. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. So we are going to make our way over to Kunbar. That'll be fine. We're going to hit this reinforce fleet button. And that's now at full strength. We're quite a long ways away from our supply lines, and we need to keep that in mind. We also need to keep an eye on the HDS Gnaw over here. So that's definitely something to think about. We're going to continue to reinforce our second fleet, because that will need to be strengthened pretty dramatically. We are fairly worried about protecting our borders, but we are willing to strike out with our two fleets over here. That'll be fine. So we'll have absolutely no problem there. Wonderful. Our first and our third fleets, they're going to head over to Fangkor. So this is liberating from the Hadeshi, huh? We're just going to go up and grab all of this over here, and that'll be fine. We now have holographic casts. That's great. Metallurgist output would be fantastic, and that is indeed exactly what we're going to take here. That's 10% increase to our alloy monthly gain. That's going to be about 40 alloys per month. That's a very big deal in this situation. A very big deal indeed. So we're going to continue reinforcing our second fleet whenever we can. We can't afford to do so right now. This station, not very impactful, if I'm honest. Do we know what the Hyren use? Hang on. Can we see these? No, we can't. Okay, so we can't actually see what kind of weapons they're utilizing, unless we can catch them in combat. So we're just going to move like so, and that'll be fine for now. Apparently, these guys are helping us out in that. That's fine. I don't think the Hyren can fight the entire galaxy. Well, not technically the entire galaxy, but the entire galactic community.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Encryption level is fine. Gateway construction is huge for us right now. We're going to start working on that. That is absolutely what we want. Once that starts getting a little closer, we should get like a third construction ship, a second and a third. Is this combat over here? Potential combat, but no, these guys are just chilling. Okay. Is this combat? No. This may be, though. If this war is still ongoing. It is not. Okay. They have a CB, but they're not actually at war anymore. Okay, good to know. That does explain a lot. This combat is occurring up here, and that's fine. So as soon as that's done, we're moving back to Riag, and that will be fine. Wonderful. So far, this is going fine. This Forge World requires a job. We're going to give it alloy mega forges. This mining world requires a job. We're actually going to toss in alloy foundries here. No, we're not. We don't yet have mineral purification plants. We're going to go for that first. Then the alloy foundries. Once we have that, good to go. The second fleet is going to continue reinforcing and improving its strength. That's destroyers and cruisers, so that's great. We're happy about that one. So we're making our way over here for now. Ah, this is going to be combat. Let's see what they're using.
Scientific breakthrough
Lots of missiles
achieved.
on their stations. Missiles? This is, I believe, incoming lasers. Yeah, that's incoming lasers. I'm seeing missiles. I'm seeing ballistic weapons. I'm not seeing much for lasers. So armor is going to be better than shields, most likely. Yeah, medium Gauss cannons, Marauder missiles, and small plasma cannons is what they're using on these. The missiles our picket ships will deal with. The Gauss cannons are going to be effective against our shields, but ineffective against our armor. The plasma cannons are unlikely to be of use because they'll probably get blown up by the time they get here. So we may want to consider moving a little heavier into armor. But we'll see. We'll grab kinetic artillery. That'll be an important thing. But we're not going to be able to upgrade just yet. So, I mean, we're going to slowly push these guys back. There's no doubt about it. That'll be completely fine. We have forbidden people from entering this system, of course. And yeah, I don't think that they can win against the entirety of the rest of the galaxy, or almost the entirety of the rest of the galaxy. Everyone in the galactic community, I think, can beat them. Okay, so we're going to head up over to here. Is going to be our target. The first fleet does apparently require additional ships, although I'm not sure how many are on the way. Let's go ahead and hit that reinforce fleet button, though, for now. Excellent. And that's a gateway over there. We're definitely going to want to get a gateway network set up. There's no doubt about it. How long until we can do gateway constructions? Another 75 months. That's going to be a long, long time. These guys are in transit. That's completely okay. The second fleet is going to continue to be reinforced for now. And we are in combat up at Rigel. Yes, we definitely want to extend our deal with the Curators right now. As expected, that took very little to take. We do see a more powerful fleet over here, but it's not powerful enough. So that's great. We're going to continue to work our way through over here. Is our third fleet not coming with? They are not. They should be coming with. So we'll send them on up. Excellent. And we are going to engage them right here. Let's do so. They do have a 25k fleet here. So we're going to eliminate quite a large number of their units here. We're taking losses, but our reinforcement fleet should come in shortly. I was definitely planning for these fleets to be moving as one. That was my own fault, but it looks like we've got this under control. We do have a relic available. We'll do the Surveyor. Turbic 5. 7 engineering research. That's solid. And where is Turbic? Oh, I see it right there. Fantastic. We're just going to go grab that. Okay. And that is our first major victory. Wonderful. We're going to chill here. And can we repair here? What do they have? Technically, this is still in combat, apparently. We'll let that begin to regenerate. We do have the regenerative hull here, so that's good to know. They're coming in with another 673. That's already gone. But that regenerative hull will slowly repair us over time. So we're going to continue to reinforce this. We are repairing here, but I don't think we're repairing very quickly at all. No, this station is apparently still in combat. There we go. Now it's coming back. Are we repairing? We do not appear to be. Okay. Good to know. That is completely fine for right now. This Forge World requires jobs. We do have an Alloy Megaforge on here already. Fabulin, huh? It needs to be a worker job. We also just don't have any available jobs. Which actually surprises me considering we've got an alloy megaforge, but we're going to build an industrial district. That'll be fine. This tech world will require additional research labs, and I'm actually just going to build all 4 of them right now. We're not going to be able to utilize them right away, but that's fine. This factory world needs jobs, alloy mega forges. This forge world needs jobs, alloy mega forges. Fantastic. We're going to hold this location for the time being, as we repair a bit and reinforce. That will all be quite important to us. And this location cuts them off from attacking over this way, unless they attack through Zosma, I suppose. They could do that in theory, but I'm not too concerned if they do. We have struck in pretty deeply into their territory, and that makes me quite happy. We're just going to continue to reinforce over here. The second fleet is going to need to continue to reinforce as well, but we're not in too big of a rush on that. We can select a new Ascension perk. Oh, we got the tech for it. Right. Okay, so I think... Telepathy, damage to endgame crisis factions, and everyone's opinion is not bad. Starbase cap would be really good for us, though, right now, and we're actually going to take that. Reason being, we want to start building a bunch of starbases around the Sol system, like one here, and one here, and one in Sirius again. So that's 3, and then we're lacking at this point. We're going to wait for the month tick, and of course we need to get this going again. The Mega Shipyard would be good as well. We'll get started on that, and then we will upgrade this here for number 4. There we go. And then this one over here for number 5. Those are all intended to be anchorages.
Construction complete.
Excellent. That construction has finished. And we're going to attack over here fairly soon. We are, I think, reasonably okay. We do have a lot of fleets still making their way through. Like, some of these aren't going to show up for 5 years. So we're not going to wait on that. We're just going to head on in. We've got the supply lines on the way, and that should be fine. We're going to continue to reinforce this fleet with what we can. Mostly, we are lacking right now in cruisers, destroyers, and corvettes. But that's okay. Okay, the Boki Consciousness built an interstellar assembly. That's fine. So we're going to fight these guys here. It will be no problem whatsoever. Where's that Perdition Beam? There's the Perdition Beam. Not the target I would have chosen, but I guess it's fine. And yeah, we just chip through these guys very, very quickly indeed. Excellent. So we'll wait here for a moment. We're apparently fighting a colony ship. That's fine. We're not going to worry about landing any troops. We don't have any troops to land. We've completely ignored that for the time being. Any ships that show up like this, we're going to move into the second fleet, because the second fleet does require ships. So that'll be fine. At this point, we're going to, I think, continue reinforcing into the second fleet only. These guys can back off once they're done. They can push down, like, over here and then jump drive over to, like, the Rebellion Vortex. That would be fine. So we're going to... Actually, if they're going that way, we're going to push our way down this way instead. Wonderful. Let's check our colonies here. They all look fine. No problem there. And these upgrades are making progress. Now, we need to increase our naval cap. That's what we're working on here. We're going to push down this way. And this will be absolutely no problem. No problem whatsoever. Already done. Our Emperor died. That's okay. We're going to pursue this ship, and I think we do get it. Yep, we got it. Fantastic. Next up, we're going to head over here, see if we can catch this fleet. That would be great if we could. But we're not going to be able to, so we're probably just going to back off over here, let these guys deal with it. Interesting that the Boki Consciousness has the same naming scheme as our enemies do here. And then we're going to go to Weezin after that. Wonderful. So we're definitely succeeding in bringing the fight to them. Now, it's true that they definitely could do something about this, right? They absolutely could. Actually, no, we are going to go to Weezin. We'll let our allies deal with this. But they don't... They have so many fronts at this point that I don't think the higher-end destroyers are going to be at all effective in this thing that they've got going on here. Now we're going to build ourselves some... I'm just checking up here to see if there's anything else like the crystal mines. There does not appear to be, and so we're going to just max this out with 3 research labs at this point. Excellent.
Construction complete.
Okay, so these star bases, they're going to immediately begin work on anchorages. I'm not going to queue anything else up at this time for these star bases, just the anchorages. There we go. These guys, they are going to come down. Actually, they're going to attack over here, Polagara. That'll be the best location for them to attack. We're going to queue up additional anchorages here and here. Wonderful. So that is underway. That will help our naval cap issue. We're going to continue banking up alloys at this point since we are over our naval cap, until such a time as these anchorages start to come online. So we're going to build very similar to this, a naval logistics office, resource silo, and then beyond that, honestly, probably not much of anything. These guys, they're going to head over to Nobo, and that'll be fine. Now, I do want to check our jump drive range. Okay, this is fine. We can jump drive back to Drisk if necessary at any time. So I'm quite pleased with that. About 80 more days on those anchorages, and that is completely fine. We're just banking the alloys at this point. This is actually a solid catch here. We catch a battleship basically alone. Nice. They're definitely having a hard time dealing with our ships. So that's very good to see. We're going to come down over here. And we do see that they have a pretty powerful fleet here, backed up by a less powerful fleet. So I'm actually thinking about holding position into Nobo. We hold position here. We allow this station to begin to regenerate. Like, come on back to in orbit over here. We can do a little bit of repair work if we've got it needed with the nanite swarm. There we go. And we can hopefully allow some of our reinforcements to catch up, like this. So this is going to be painful. But this is our first big battle with them. Let's see how it goes. So far, we're winning. We're definitely winning, but we took big hits. We did win that fairly decisively. I'm very happy to see that. We're going to go ahead and do Will to Power here. Oh, we can't actually. I wanted Masters Teaching Philosophical Mindset. There we go. So that definitely did a lot of damage to us. But it wasn't too bad, all things considered. That was really not too bad. So we're going to, at this point, queue up the Naval Logistics Office for each of these anchorages. We're also going to queue up an upgrade to Starhold. Naval Logistics Office, upgrade to Starhold. There we go. And one final. Perfect. Then, we're going to hit the Reinforce Fleet button on our second fleet. We're going to allow these guys to chill here for the time being. Now, we're not getting repairs here at this time, but that's fine. That is completely okay. This is now reinforcing here, so that's great. It's reconstructing the starbase. Unfortunately, we still don't get repairs for the Federation fleet, but that's okay. Where is this? In terminal egress? Okay. They will lose that if they get caught up with the base up here, but they didn't. They just popped through the L gate. Did they pop into our territory? They did not, so we don't exactly care. We can't stop them from popping through the L gate like that. There's nothing we can do about it. So we're going to finish reinforcing the second fleet here. And I'm going to call this a very successful thrust into the heart of their empire so far. Now, do we see any other powerful fleets around? There's some way out over here. So let's go ahead and take Phajantris. That should be pretty simple for us. No real issue. We gave it enough time to build our shields back up and get some repairs done. Now, the Federation fleet, we would love to get the actual Titan in. We don't have that in the Federation fleet. But for right now, we're working on the second fleet first. We can't afford to reinforce that fleet right now, which tells me we need battleships at this time. The Ethiopian Empire will not be denied. The impressive effects of our unity are undeniable. A deep-seated motivation and hunger for expansion permeates every corner of society, bringing forth astounding advances in combat capabilities and scientific leaps that we could not have anticipated. What chance does a galaxy full of different opinions, random resource distribution, and clashing interests have against a concord such as the will of the Ethiopian Empire? This is the way. New crisis perks have been unlocked. Menacing corvettes are now available for construction. Menacing corvettes. That's interesting. No point defense there. Okay, so raw hull points of 350 compared to our corvettes. Interesting. So these are using shields. I don't believe in shields on corvettes. So neutronium armor. And then we would probably go for... Advanced afterburners would actually not improve our evasion. So probably some auxiliary fire control like this. And then I think that we would go for phase disruptors on it. Like that. Jump drives, obviously. Maximum level sensors. Okay, so that's the Sparrow class, right? And that's 350 hull points compared to our 300. And then that is about the same amount of armor. No shields. Evasion is the same. Speed is less. Damage is less as well. Honestly, I don't think we ever build these. Sure, they've got the hull points, but that doesn't really matter for corvettes. Okay, well, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we will continue working on our crisis. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.